We are live now.
All right, thank you, Soumya. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining in today's session. How are you all? Oh, I have already a few messages here. Hi, Priya. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. Thank you so much. Komalpreet, good morning. Thank you for the last session. Oh, Priya. Thank you. Good morning, Pradeep, Amit, Suma, Manpreet, Priyanka, Umar. Good morning, Devashish, Sophia. I'm good too. Sophia, thank you so much. Now, who's this Redmi Note? Good morning. Risika, good morning. Priyanka, good to know. I'm fine, thank you so much. Hi, Ruxana. Hello, Madhvi, Saruchi. How are you guys doing? I hope all of you are doing well and your preparation is going well too. Yes, am I correct? Please let me know in the chat how many of you have booked your IELTS. How's your preparation going on? Good morning, everyone. I can see a lot of messages coming in. So please let me know. Okay, Suma is from Bangladesh. Welcome, Suma. Yes, we have already started, Arun. Oh, really, Priya? Good to know that. Hey, Rajbir, how are you? So yes, guys, please let me know. Okay, Monica, I booked my IELTS exam. When is it, Monica? Preparations are going fine. Great to know that, Sukant. Okay, it's 17 February for Sneha. All right, Megha, 12 Feb. That means a lot of exam takers are in the month of February, right? It's going on really thanks to all the teachers of LeapScholar. Thank you so much, Sanskriti. We are really glad that you all are benefited by the courses here. February 26, all right. 5th February. Okay. No problem. Ma'am, I want complex sentences in writing. All right, Komalpreet. So today's lesson is definitely going to be a complex sentence in writing, right? Because we are dealing with, as you can see on the screen, use of whereas or while in your IELTS writing, right? Now, when you use these conjunctions in your writings, definitely you are producing one complex structure, right? So this is what we are going to deal with today. I'm good. Thank you so much. Yes, Satvinder, complex sentence construction. Definitely will do that today. Priya, I want to improve my writing skill. Definitely you will, Priya. Just stay till the end of this video, guys, because we are definitely going to learn two important structures and that will definitely boost your band score in your writing, okay? And not just writing, guys. You can use these structures in your speaking as well because the common criteria for speaking and writing is that you have to use complex structures, right? So before I begin, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Rani and I am here an IELTS trainer with LeapScholar. I have 10 plus years of experience, guys, and I am a CELTA certified trainer. Okay, so I've trained a lot of students in this field and most of my students definitely were able to achieve band 7 and above. All right, guys, so that's a little bit about myself. Let's get started with the session then. Morning, ma'am. I want to join 149 batch. Please, may you tell me that? Okay. So, Arya, just stay here for some time. Definitely, we are going to show you all the batches. You'll come to know about that in a while. All right. Yes, Manish, your message is visible to me. Right. Yes. All right. Okay. So, what is the importance of whereas and while that we are going to understand today in this tutorial? All right. So we know that connective is an umbrella term for any word which actually helps to connect bits of text or bits of sentences or the words or the vocabulary so that your essay becomes coherent. All right. Most of the time, this is one of the important area where we lack, right? We have to present a coherent writing, especially task 2, okay? So the examiner is going to look for that in your essay writing. Now, a conjunction is one such word. It is like a glue that holds parts of sentences together so that your writing becomes coherent, right? Above all, you are going to present one complex structure when you use whereas and while. So keeping all this thing in mind, today's tutorial is all about learning the usage of whereas and while. We'll also be looking at specific example here, one for task 1, one for task 2, wherein you will get an idea what kind of sentences you're supposed to use and in which section of task 1 and task 2, right? Also, most of the students, they make a lot of mistakes while using these two conjunctions. Now, I have been evaluating so many essays since last so many years, and I have seen that students definitely they make mistakes in certain areas while using these structures. They don't know where to use the correct punctuation. Fine. So all those common errors we are going to discuss today in this session. I want all of your undivided attention for the next 40 minutes. All right, guys. So please stay till the end because definitely you are going to be benefited by this session, right? All right. So defining whereas and while. Now, what is the word type? Now, whereas and while are definitely your subordinating conjunction. Okay. So these two are your subordinating conjunction. All right. Now, what is the usage of whereas and while? Now we know here in IELTS writing, we have to present contrasting view in task 1 and as well as in task 2. All right. Now, commonly whereas and while are used to join two clauses along with a comma, right? Now, for that purpose, you should have a clear understanding of a clause. What is a clause? Please let me know in the chat, guys. What do you mean by a clause? Yes. What is a clause? What are the important things that you need to make up a clause? Subject plus verb, yes, sign, very good. Pausing, no, Simranjit. Okay, so Patel, you don't know, don't worry. I'll definitely tell you. Two ideas, yes, Prabjot, but what are the important elements here? Yes, there are different clauses, but what is actually a clause? It is not an incomplete sentence, Udmina. Independent sentence, okay, Madhavi, a clause can also come in dependent sentence. Okay, it can also form a dependent one. Okay, Namesh, no problem. Yes, Sashi, you are correct. Subject plus verb, right? Yes. Relation between subject and verb. Okay, Satvinder. Group of words. All right, Pooja, to connect two sentences. Okay, Prabjot, fine. So let me tell you here quickly. So in order to make up a clause, you need a subject and a main verb. Okay, a finite verb. Or you can simply say a subject and predicate makes up a clause. All right. So when you are constructing sentences with whereas and while, you need two clauses. Okay, you have to join two clauses. This is the purpose of whereas and while. You have to join two clauses, and one clause is your independent and the other one is dependent, right? Now, when you use whereas and while, you always introduce a dependent clause in order to connect it with independent clause, right? Definitely, you should know the aim of this one. Now, what is the aim? What is the purpose of such sentences? So we use whereas and while to highlight an important difference between two similar things, ideas, or facts. Okay. So whenever we want to present any contrasting view, we want to compare certain things or two ideas, we use whereas and while. So that is the main function of whereas and while in your writing task 2 as well as in task 1 as well, right? Now here you can substitute whereas and while with on the other hand and however, but there is a slight difference in the usage of on the other hand, however, but the meaning remains similar. Okay, so that's why we can substitute it. If you want to present contrasting view, definitely you can replace whereas and while with on the other hand and however. All right. Now, example for whereas and while you can see on the screen. My husband is allergic to dogs, whereas or while I am a dog lover. Now, did you notice how it is constructed? So this is your main clause. My husband is allergic to dogs. So this is your independent clause. Now, it has got complete meaning. It is not dependent on this particular clause. All right. Because you have here one subject, my husband is your verb, right? Allergic to dogs. Whereas a while introduces your dependent clause. Okay. I again is your subject, am is your verb here. So this particular sentence is a dependent clause, because if you read just this section, while I am a dog lover or whereas I am a dog lover, it doesn't give you the complete meaning. Okay, it is dependent on this particular sentence. That's why you can see that we use conjunctions, especially subordinating conjunctions like whereas and while, to join two clauses. This is one clause and this one is another clause. So these two clauses are joined by whereas and while. Is that clear, guys? Also, the role of comma, very important, guys. You have to put a comma after the main clause whenever you present any contrasting view. All right. Ma'am, can we use when instead of this? When we use for time clause. Okay, Himanshu. Okay, so is that clear, Himanshu? You are asking what is clause. Is that clear, guys? Yes, how many of you are clear about this one? So Sarfuddin, these things will take up in the next class. Okay, definitely I'll make a video on this since and for. But today's focus is on, this lesson is on whereas and while. All right, so we'll talk about this first. Already clear? Okay, Umesh, great. Fully understand. Thanks, Komalpreet. All right, then let's move on to the next slide. So now let us learn about the usage of this and how this comma is supposed to be used. Because generally we do not put a comma after the main clause whenever we have a dependent clause. It's only and only when we are presenting a contrasting view. Then only we use this comma here. Otherwise, we do not put a comma after the main clause. That is very important. You should know that. Okay. So in grammatical range and accuracy, which is one of the criteria for your assessment in writing, you have to use punctuation correctly. Okay. And students often make mistake in the use of comma. Right. Fine. So this is, you can see, you can write in either way. So there are two ways to write your these complex structures. The first one says you can start with an independent clause, then put a comma, then you introduce your dependent clause, right? Or you can bring the dependent clause in the very beginning of your sentence. You can start with whereas and while clause, then put a comma, and then your independent clause, right? For example, you can see here, whereas or while I am a vegetarian, my whole family eats meat, right? Now, you can also write it in this way, my whole family eats meat, whereas or while I am a vegetarian. So either way you can write, both are correct, okay? The only difference is that since whereas and while highlights a contrasting view here, so we put a comma after the main clause here. Otherwise, if you use other subordinating conjunctions, for example, although, even though, or any other subordinate conjunction, because remember guys, you cannot use a comma here after the main clause. Okay, so this is an exceptional rule here. You can put comma after main clause only in case of these two subordinating conjunctions. Otherwise, the rest of the conjunctions will not take a comma after the main clause. All right. If you start in the very beginning, the sentence with your subordinate clause, let's say although, if you begin with although, then the dependent clause will take a comma, right? Otherwise not. Is it clear, guys? However is also used in the same way, Harman. It's just that you need to put a full stop here. For, let's say here, my whole family eats meat. So you need to put a full stop here, right? Then you can start with however, then put a comma, I am a vegetarian. So this is the way you write. Okay, let me write it for you. So those who want to use however, this is the way. My whole family eats meat, right? Put a full stop. You should not put a comma here, put full stop. Then start a new sentence. However, just a minute. However, you need to put a comma because however here is a connector. It is going to join the sentence, right? However, comma, I am a vegetarian. Understood? So this means you are presenting a contrasting view or a different idea by using this connector, however. All right. This kind of structures also you can use, but it's appropriate to use whereas or while because you are presenting one complex structure and you need to present that. Okay. So try to use these connectors, okay, subordinate conjunctions. Or you, if you wish to join the sentence with however, you have one other way. My whole family eats meat, put a comma, then however, again put a comma, and you can write, I'm a vegetarian, right? So these are two ways of writing, right? Fine. Let's. Okay, so one important thing here is that students often get confused when they're using while. Okay, while is also used as a time clause, that you should understand. Okay, because with while there is another exception of in the use of comma. That is, for example, when we use while as a time clause, we do not put comma after the main clause, right? For example, I was reading, sorry, I was reading while my brother was watching Netflix. All right. Fine. While I was reading, while my brother was watching Netflix. So here what you see, what you observe here. Do you see any comma here? This is our main clause. I was reading is your main clause, right? And my brother was watching Netflix is your dependent clause, right? And we have used while here. Now here it means you are presenting one time clause, okay? So two events taking place at the same time, right? I was reading, and during that same period, what happened? My brother was watching Netflix. So you have here written one time clause. So while can also be used to present your time clause. And here we do not put a comma before the subordinate clause. Okay. So we do not put comma here. It would be incorrect. Remember that. So this mistake also students often do. They put a comma after the main clause when they are presenting one time clause. If it is a time clause, you cannot put a comma. All right. So you need to understand when to use while as a time clause and when to use it as your contrasting as to show a difference between two similar ideas. All right. So there are two uses for while. Also, while can be used as noun. It can be used as verb, adverb, and conjunctions. But our focus for the lesson is conjunction. That's why I have showed you how to use this sentence as subordinate clause, because complex sentences are really mandatory for your writing task 1 and 2. Okay, so if you want to boost your band scores, guys, please use these structures with whereas and while. All right, is that clear? Umesh, yes, you can write that as well. That is correct. My sister is very innocent. Now, no need to say girl. Okay, definitely sister means girl, right? So my sister is very innocent, while I am very clever. So put a comma before that. You're showing one different opinion, isn't it? Two different ideas you're presenting. Okay, so you have to put a comma before while. So if you want to compare, Swati, you have to use these structures. All right. Okay. So if you present whereas and while sentences, it doesn't mean that you're only presenting one or contrasting view. You can also present similar ideas. Okay. But if something is happening at the same time, then you should use while clause. All right. I'm studying while my brother is playing. Yes, correct. I was reading while my brother was watching television. Yes, no comma, Umesh. I'm very energetic while my sister is lazy. Yes, Priyanka. But this one is is it your time clause? No, Priyanka, you need to understand. This is not a time clause. So you need to put a comma before while. Okay. You can also start with while. So if you're presenting while clause in the beginning, then you need to put a comma. Let's say if I write in this way, while my brother was watching Netflix, put a comma now. I was reading a book. Okay. So this definitely you can use. Here you can use comma. All right. So when you present a time clause or when you start a time clause with dependent clause, that is with while, in the very beginning of your sentence, then you need to put a clause, you need to put a comma when this particular clause ends and the main clause starts. So here you can use comma and here you should not use. This is the difference between these two sentences, okay? Both are time clauses, okay? Both are time clauses. It's just that the use of comma should be very important for you. You should know where to use comma. When you are starting your sentence with a dependent clause, put a comma. But if you start your time clause with your main independent sentence, then you should not put a comma. This is the basic difference, all right? Fine. All right, guys, so these are very important things. Fine, so let me just introduce our upcoming batches, right? So if you wish to learn more with LeapScholar, guys, we are running these multiple batches. You can see on the screen. So those who are professionals and you do not find time during working days, guys, these two batches by Puneet ma'am, starting on 22nd Jan and 23rd Jan, right? So these are very, very important for you. You can join these batches. Here we have speaking marathon by Puneet ma'am, going to start on 22nd January, Saturday and Sunday, okay? So weekend batches. You can have this speaking marathon 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. And the second one is for writing marathon, okay? The timing is similar, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. guys. So in one day, you can learn everything about speaking and about writing as well. So these two batches definitely will help you. If you are planning to take your IELTS within a fortnight, guys, then definitely you must opt these batches, all right? Then we have Rabjot's ma'am batch coming on 24th Jan, Monday to Friday. It's going to start, the timing is actually 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. So this is very suitable for students, right? So evening batch, you all are free. In the evening, you can definitely join this batch, okay? So this batch is fast filling, guys. Come on, do not wait. You should hurry up and join this batch. Also, we have other batches. You can see here, Veronica's ma'am's batch is coming up on 25th January. Timing is 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Okay. So those who are early bird, those who love to study in the morning and you think that learning takes place in the early morning, you can join this batch, okay? Also, we have Prabji sir's batch, 25th January. This is again from Monday to Friday. So you have 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. batch, this one. Another batch coming up, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. evening time. This is 31st January, guys. All right. So 4 weeks batch. This is a 4 weeks batch. And these two, 25th January is 2 weeks batch. Again, 31st January, he's conducting another 2 weeks batch, guys. The timing is 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. So, guys, we have all different timings here. You can join any of these batches depending upon the time that is convenient for you. And trust me, all the educators here are well experienced. They have enough amount of experience in training the IELTS candidates. They are internationally certified, guys, so you can trust any of them, right? So you can join any of these batches. You just have to use my code RALIVE, okay? RALIVE. Use this code. These courses are free, absolutely free, guys, but then you can avail only one by using this code, okay? If you want to join multiple batches, then you have to pay. Otherwise, you can join one free course, all right? So for that, you have to just sign in, okay? So go to leapscholar.com, right? You will come to this page. You will find this sign in option. Can you see here, guys? This blue box sign in option. Click here. You have to insert your phone number that will be registered with us then, and you're going to receive an OTP, right? So once you receive this OTP, you have to enter this OTP here, and then you can view all these batches. Fine? You can view all these batches and you can opt for any of these batches. All right, guys? So hurry up, guys. What are you waiting for? The batches are fast filling. Okay? Also, we have one IELTS Foundation course. This is specially designed for beginners. Yes, guys. Now, beginners, those who have problem in writing or in grammar or in speaking, guys, this batch is especially designed for you. Okay? You all can join this batch, IELTS Foundation batch, right? This will be conducted by our very truly Prabjit sir, okay? Now here what you get, you have 10 hours of live classes. Okay. You will find supplementary grammar classes as well. So those who have difficulty in grammar, you can brush up your grammar here. You will find homework and study material in this 2 weeks course. Also, the recording is available for you, right? So in case you miss the classes, guys, you can definitely go and watch the recordings later on. So why not opt for this batch, those who are beginners, okay? So 2 weeks crash course, this one again. And guys, this is going to start on 25th January. Okay, timing you can see on the screen, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is the best time, guys. Evening, we are not doing anything, right? We just watch television, isn't it? Most of us, or those who are coming back home after their jobs, definitely they can opt this one. And since we are working remotely these days, I think this is the best time. At home, you all can join this by 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Even you are free for dinner, right? Just use this code RALIV. This is also free. Yeah. So you just have to pay 0. Are you going to pay 0? No, isn't it? So just use the code, guys. Tap on the link here and register yourself. Who all are joining here? Let's see. Okay, Madhav is a beginner. Have you joined this course, Madhav? Yes, guys. So this code will definitely be applicable once you have to sign in. Okay, remember that. Yes, Manav. Okay. Yes, definitely Bhavesh will do that. That's why we are here, but we need to promote the batches as well, right? So that our students, they know which batch is suitable for them, because there are many batches. Ma'am, they said invalid code. So that's because, Saruchi, you must have already availed one of these batches. Yes, you must have enrolled yourself for one of these batches. So that's why it's invalid code. If you want to join again, you have to pay for that, Saruchi. Okay. Yes, come on, guys. Code is not working. So, Syed, did you enroll yourself in another batch? Namish, you are a beginner. So, have you joined, Namish? Yes, yes. So, those who have already joined, for you, definitely the code will be reflected invalid because you have already joined that. Okay. You will not be able to join another for free. Remember that. If you want to join any other batch here again, you have to pay for that. Okay. I am not wasting your time, Komalpreet, because like you, other students also have their queries. Okay, so I have to address all of them. Fine. Yes, Nami, this is Prabhi sir batch. Yes. So you are returning here. I can see that. All right, guys, on your demand, I am commencing the class. Fine. So here you can see I have 2 examples for you. Now, guys, for writing task, for writing module, be it academic or general, you will get 2 tasks. Okay, task 1 and task 2. Now, for academic task 1, you will get report writing. All right, wherein you will have to write a report. Now, it is expected that you write the data accurately. You present the data accurately. You have to present one overview paragraph in your report writing. Okay. So in the report writing, in the overview paragraph, you can use such structures because you will find different data are presented. You have mixed graphs sometimes. So you have to compare the things. You have to present contrasting data. So here you should use these kind of structures. Let's say I have written one example for you here. This is your overview paragraph. This is very important and mandatory for task 1. You will have to write this paragraph. Okay. Mandatory. So those who are not going to include this paragraph, you are not going to get above band 6. So if you want to score above band 6, guys, overview paragraph is mandatory. Okay. So how do you start? How do you write? You always start with this word, overall. Okay. Overall, then you need to put a comma and then continue with this one. Overall, only one age group seems to grow continuously. While, so see, you have to put a comma here because you are writing one contrasting view. Okay. While the other groups saw some stagnant growth. Okay, so when you have the data in front of you, definitely you have to present 2 or 3 relevant features. We are always trying to show some highest thing. What is the highest thing in the chart? What is the lowest thing? If there's any kind of similarity in the chart or in the visual representation, we need to bring out that in our overview paragraph, right? So this is the way of writing. Let's say, for example, only one age group seems to grow continuously, while the other group saw some stagnant growth. So this is comparison done here in this paragraph, right? So always you have to use these kind of structures in your task one. Also, it's not that you're not going to use it in other paragraphs. Definitely you can use them. But in overview paragraph, it's mandatory because you are presenting some comparisons here, which is really important. Also in the question you will find, right? It will state that you have to compare and contrast some relevant data. Stagnant means sign which is which is fixed actually, okay? Not moving, all right? There is no growth, that's stagnant, all right? For whole essay, okay, Namesh, let me tell you. Task one, yes, you can use wherever you like, but in overview paragraph, it's really important that you use one because you're going to, in a way, present one complex structure, right? You can impress your examiner by using this. So for task two, you get an essay writing. So this is similar for both academic as well as general candidates. You can see here a sample question. Let's say the question states, some people say that a feeling, okay, just a second. Some people say that a feeling of competition should be encouraged, right? Should be encouraged in children. Others say that they should be taught to become cooperative. What is your opinion? So this is your question, right? Some people say that a feeling of competition should be encouraged in children. Others say they should be taught to become cooperative. What is your opinion? So this is a kind of question that you get in your task two. Okay, so this is an opinion-based essay. All right. So you have to write one opinion-based essay here. Now you can see in introduction, what are you supposed to do? You are expected to paraphrase this particular question. Okay, so you have to paraphrase it. That means you are going to write the question in the introduction, but in your own words. You will not repeat these words. You cannot write these words here. You have to show some kind of paraphrasing or synonyms here. Okay, otherwise the words would not be counted. Remember that. Now here we have tried to write one contrasting view because we are trying to join these two sentences and we are presenting one complex structure, right? Now read it. It is believed by some people that a feeling of competition should be infused among youngsters. Then put a comma because this is your main clause, okay? Whereas, so whereas is a subordinating conjunction. You can also use while in place of whereas, okay? So whereas others argue that the value of cooperation should be inculcated in them, right? So this is how you paraphrase your introduction. Of course, a thesis statement is there. You have to add that as well in the introduction paragraph. But that I'm going to teach you in the class, okay? Or your educator will teach you in the class about thesis statement. So here, focus is how to use this subordinating conjunction, right? You have to join these two sentences by using subordinating conjunction, all right? So what you're doing, in a way, you are meeting two purposes. You are serving two purposes. One is that you are presenting one complex structure. Secondly, the usage of such conjunctions will definitely make your essay more coherent. Okay, you will definitely organize the ideas better when you use these conjunctions because conjunction is a type of cohesive device. All right. Whereas, how can we use, ma'am? It's here, Herman. It's written on the screen. See on the screen. Can we start in this way? It is assumed that yes, you can. Okay. How to register and get exam? So Nestor, you have to go to the website, okay? For that, IDP website. Yes, I have replied to your question, right? Okay. If you want to register for the batch, it's here. The link is shared here. You can tap on the link, Nestor Jun. While giving opinion, we have to give opinion for both points or we have to stick one point. So opinion, Nikita, here understand the question. Here we have two prompts, right? The first one says that some people say that a feeling of competition should be encouraged in children. What is your opinion? Do you agree with this one? Or the next one says they should be taught to become cooperative. Which one do you feel is suitable according to you? Okay. Then give your opinion. Okay. So let's say for your you feel that children should be taught or they should be given lessons on cooperativeness, because ultimately man is a social being. They have to live in the society. They should know the norms of social life, right? So your opinion on cooperative, right? So it's up to you, whichever you can opt for. We should use comma after whereas, I think. So what you think, Umesh, is absolutely incorrect, okay? I have already showed you here, that's absolutely incorrect. All right, so this is one of the common errors that students use. All right. Can we present our own thoughts, points on the topic? Definitely you can. You should not memorize anything here. Now, if you can't understand introduction paragraph, Avni, you will have come to the class, you will understand then, okay? Today here, just understand how to use this structure, all right? How to use this structure. Task 2, it is an essay writing, guys. Your educator in the class will definitely tell you how to write an essay, what are the structures, everything will be discussed in the class. Today, you just need to learn the structure of this whereas, how to use whereas. So you can join these two sentences, these two ideas with this conjunction, subordinating conjunction. It is believed by some people that a feeling of competition should be infused among youngsters, put a comma, whereas others argue that value of cooperation should be inculcated in them. All right. So this is for task 2. All right. Now I'm going to show you all a few errors in the sentences. Okay. You have to find the errors, because yes, I can see most of you are still confused how to use while and whereas. Now this will definitely make you clearer. Okay, so you have to find the errors in these sentences. We'll begin from number 1. Now, Umesh, ma'am, do host a session for idioms too. Okay, I will do in my next video. Okay, ma'am, you used before whereas, but my institute teaches that we should use comma after any connector. So, Umesh, today you are going to learn the correct thing. Okay, trust me. There are, you will find innumerable coaching centers are there. Okay, you have to trust a certified trainer. Okay, I have been trained by this the tutors who are from Spain. Okay, so I have a certification for this course. I have done CELTA from the University of Cambridge. Okay, I have the certification. So you should trust the genuine people. Okay, definitely on YouTube you will find a lot of trainers are there who will be training you, giving you points and the examples or the rules. But trust me, you should never trust anyone who is not genuine. Okay, so you have to believe an expert, right? So find the error here, guys. Number 1, what do you see here? While the number of people who traveled by train gradually increased gradually, there's a full stop. The number of bus passengers fell steadily. Now, what is the mistake in number 1? Come on, tell me. What is the error here? Is, but while the error, I guess, comma, Prabjot says, okay, comma. Okay, so where should be the, where are we supposed to use comma then? While should be used later? Anime says, okay, instead of full stop, there should be a comma. Yes, Urmila, very correct. Comma in place of full stop. Yes, Chanchali, you are also correct. Great, Sejal. Good going, Sifal. Yes, NDK. Chavi. Yes, Nivedita. Comma after people. No, Nivedita. All right. Yes, yes, Sonakshi. Very good. Neetu. Good, good. No, Simranjit, we did not use any other linker here. You have to find the error in this sentence, okay? Comma instead of full stop, correct. So yes, guys, here is the error. You can see. Now, some of you have mentioned that we cannot use while in the beginning. No, that's not correct. You can definitely start your sentence with this conjunction, subordinating conjunction while. While the number of people who travel by train increase gradually, so you have to omit this full stop, okay? Replace it with a comma. You need to use a comma here. Put a comma gradually, and T will become your lowercase, right? So this is the correct sentence. While the number of people who travel by train increase gradually, put a comma, then lowercase, the number of bus passengers fell steadily. So you can also use your subordinate conjunction in the beginning, okay? So this is your dependent clause, okay? Understand this. This is a dependent clause. And this one is your main clause. All right. So a complex structure will always have one dependent clause and one main clause. All right. Let's come to the second one. Now here, what is the error? In 1970, around 1 million UK commuters travel by car on a daily basis, full stop. Whereas, the bus and train were used by about 4 million and 2 million people respectively. Now, what is the mistake here? Okay, comma before whereas the mistake. All right. After whereas there should not be comma. Fine, Urmila. What else? Comma before instead of after whereas. No, Gurdeep. Before instead. Okay, yes, correct. In 1970. Okay, honey. Space after comma. All right, whereas. Fine. The capital in bus and train, no E will return. Why you should use capital for bus and train? Are they proper noun? Are they proper noun? No, that's incorrect. Yes, Simranjan, correct. Yes, Sandeep. We remove full stop before when. Yes, Janvi, correct. Correct, Gulab Singh. Yes, Neetu. All right. No full stop. Okay, great. Fine. Yes. So here, no need to put a comma here, first of all, in 1970. Okay. No need to put a comma here after 1970. Secondly, you will have to put comma here because this is your main clause. Okay. And you have to use here small w. Whereas that means you have to join these two clauses. All right. This is your main clause. This is your subordinate clause. So both the clauses should be joined. So in order to join them, what is our use of comma? The usage is that you are supposed to use that after the end of main clause. And here you should omit it. Okay. You should not use whereas, comma after whereas. Okay, Umesh? Just remember this. Whoever has taught you, I'm sorry to say that's incorrect. Okay. You should not put a comma here after whereas. You can definitely use it after the dependent clause if you start this sentence with this one. Okay. And then you can put a comma here and you can write your main clause here. That way you can use definitely, but not immediately after the conjunction whereas. All right. So this is very important, guys. Such kind of sentences are known as run-on sentence. Okay. Run-on sentence means you have not correctly joined these clauses. Okay. If you simply write this one, which most of the students they do. Okay. So while I evaluate essays, I come across these sentences. Whereas the bus and train were used by about 4 million and 2 million people respectively. So what? Sentence is not complete. Okay. You're not giving the contrasting statement. You're not comparing here. Understood? So if you have to compare, you have to join these clauses. All right. Again, dependent clause cannot be written without the main clause. You need to have one main clause in order to write one dependent clause. Okay. Independent clauses can be written without dependent clause, but dependent clause cannot be written without independent clause. Remember that. Fine. Then number third one, tell me what is the mistake and where is the mistake? No comma after whereas. All right, good, Sejal. Beneath, very good. Okay. While in place of where? Whereas? No, you can use them. You can use while or whereas, okay? You can replace each other. No problem with that. Comma should not be there. Okay, Satvinder. No comma after whereas. All right. Remove comma first. Fine. Okay. Good. I missed this class. Is this lecture on YouTube? Yes. No comma after whereas. No comma after whereas. All right. Good. So yes, this is correct, guys. You should not put a comma here, okay? Because you're starting with dependent clause now, okay? Now, whereas the elderly population had shown decline in 1990, then this comma is correct, okay? You should not omit comma from here. You need a comma here because your dependent clause ends here. This is your dependent clause. Till here, it is dependent clause. So you need to put a comma when your dependent clause ends and your main clause starts. The percentage of youngsters were at peak. Fine. All right, good. Last one. Come on, tell me. Particular items were more popular in the winter while but others were popular in summer. Come on, tell me. What is the mistake here? No comma after while. Okay, good. Very good. You all are doing great job. This the comma after while is a mistake. Yes, correct. No comma after 1970 is correct, ma'am. 1970. Yeah, you don't have to put. So Nikhil, you know it now, okay? So do not use it, okay? Remove but. Yes, Shiva, very good. Good observation. So this is what Shiva has pointed out. Good job, Shiva. Very good. Yes, Arjun, you too. Good. Yes, Janvi, great job. Good, good guys. Prabjot, Shine. Yes, Pakas, very good. Yeah, guys, good job here. You cannot use a comma after while because you're your dependent clause. Okay, we have already placed the comma after the main clause and we are starting one dependent clause here. Now, while but others were popular. So you cannot use but here. This is redundant, incorrect. You cannot use it here. All right. Although we use but to write our contrasting sentences as well. But again, this is not used as a subordinating conjunction or it is not used for complex structures because but is used for compound sentences. Okay, it is used in compound sentences. All right. So this is a separate thing. We are not going to discuss here right now. But here you need to understand we are not going to use but with while because while is already going to present one different idea. Okay, so we do not need but here. Also, use of comma is not required here. So particular items were more popular in the winter, comma, while others were popular in summer. So this is the correct statement. So these are 4 important mistakes that my students have done in their writings. I have often seen these kind of mistakes. So guys, next time when you write your essay or your task 1, do not do these mistakes, okay? So if you do not do these mistakes, definitely a high chance of getting good score in grammatical range and accuracy, which is one of the criterion for your IELTS writing, okay? Ma'am, I can't understand number 4. Okay, Avni, I will repeat it for you. See, Avni, you're not supposed to use while after, sorry, comma after while, because we know we have learned the structure just now. This is our main clause, okay? So after main clause, we put a comma and then we start our sentence either with while or whereas. This is our subordinating clause, okay? So we do not put a comma here. Now, while is already presenting one opposite statement or different idea. So why do we need to use but? But is not required here. While others were popular, okay? But we use in compound sentences. And this is our complex structure. Here, it is not required. Is that clear? All right. Ma'am, can you repeat the second one once again? Okay, Divyanshu, second one. Again, this is your main clause. First sentence is your main clause. So after the main clause ends, we have to put a comma. Okay, because we want to write one complex structure. So if you want to write one complex structure, definitely you will have to put comma here and then write W as small letter. Whereas, and this comma should not be there. This is incorrect. All right. So that means you are using one dependent structure, your dependent clause. All right. So these are some of the errors you should not do in your writing. Fine. So guys, once again, yeah. All right, Divyanshu. So you can see on the screen, guys, we have different batches for different timings, whichever suits you guys, you can join any of these batches. Already you can see on the screen, these batches for 22nd Jan, 24th Jan and 25th Jan are fast filling, guys. You should not waste your time. Quickly join, enroll yourself. For that, you have to first of all sign in. Okay, do not forget to sign in. Go to LeapScholar.com. Yes, guys, go to LeapScholar.com. You have to sign in, register your number. You will receive an OTP, enter the OTP, and you can view these all batches that we are displaying here on the screen, guys. Right? So, according to the availability of your timing, your convenience, join these any of these batches. Fine. But do not forget to use my code. Yes, that's very important. RA live. Okay, everything in caps. RA live. All right, guys. No space, all in capital letter. One batch is free here, absolutely free, guys. So you can use this code for one batch only. Okay, if you want to join any other batch, then you have to pay. Okay, and that to minimum price. You all know that by now, right? So those who will do this course with us, you are going to get one-on-one speaking feedback. You have writing evaluations. We conduct monthly week tests for you. Also, you will get a certificate upon completing this course, but there are certain criteria which you need to fulfill. All right, so that you'll get to know in the class. Also, guys, very important thing here, student manual. Okay, so that is a kind of a Bible for us, right? Because all the important study materials are collected and compiled in that student manual absolutely for you. Fine. So even if you do not go and attempt all the Cambridge books, this student manual is beneficial for you. You can definitely go through it, and within, I would say, a fortnight, you are good to go for your IELTS exam. All right. So what are you waiting for, guys? Please enroll yourself. All right. Yes. How many of you are coming to these batches? Let me see on the screen here. IELTS Foundation course for you guys, the beginners. How many of you are beginners here, guys? Beginners can definitely join this batch. Yes, Jess, you can join this practice batch. This will be again 2 weeks course. Okay, so you can join this on 25th January. All right, how to join, ma'am? Sandeep, first you have to go to LeapScholar.com. Okay, yeah, you have to sign in. Go to our website. You have to sign in there. And how to sign in, I have just told you. You have to enter your phone number, register your phone number with us. You will receive an OTP, right? Then enter the OTP and you can view all these batches. All right. I don't know my level. So if you don't know your level, then join this batch first. This 2 weeks batch will definitely help you to know your level. Okay, EV return. Yeah. Ankit is a beginner. Okay, Ankit, have you joined this batch? Yes, Janvi already joined. Okay, very good. Yes, already joined all batches. That's great, Umesh. Which batch for intermediate? So Vakas, this is the batch for intermediate. Okay, this IELTS Foundation batch is absolutely for intermediate. Yes, you can join this batch. So all these things Umesh will check in the class. All right. What is foundation course? Foundation course is a course especially designed for the beginners. Okay, Prabjot? Since your name also matches with our educator, you should join this batch, right? Okay, so foundation course is a specially designed for beginners, wherein you are going to get 10 hours live classes, guys. Also, you will have grammar classes, because most of the students, they complain that my grammar is not good, ma'am. I really need some help. So this beginners batch will help you in your grammar as well. Okay. Apart from that, you are going to get homework from your educator. He will give you everyday homework, which you need to do so that you are prepared for your IELTS, right? So this is your first step for IELTS, guys. You need to take it. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope all of you have joined this batch. We are going to see you in the class. All the educators are here to help you. So please join the batches, and you're going to learn definitely for your IELTS. Okay. So all the best, guys, for your exams. Those who have already booked, and we hope to see you in our classes. Until then, everybody, take care. Please let us know in the comment if you need any other videos on any particular or specific topic. We are definitely here to help you. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining in. Please stay connected with us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, because whenever we go live, definitely you will be notified.